You won't be my friend if you're stingy. You won't be my partner. You won't be fucking 1 meter around me if you're stingy. I do not like stingy people. Stingy people are selfish. You can go argue with a wall. They're always selfish. The way
Ladies and
they're acting
gentlemen,
about
welcome
money
to
and like,
another
oh,
episode where we
it's
dive
only for
deep
me. It's
into
only
the
for me. I'm
modern
gonna spend
dating
any money.
jungle.
They have a
And oh
life
boy,
mindset.
today we're
They don't
entering the
believe this world is
battlefield of
abundant,
single,
and they're
independent modern women
selfish.
having emotional meltdowns publicly while screaming, "Aaaaaaaiiin, friends, it's so hard being independent. I need help, but I don't want a man, but I need one, but I'm strong, but I'm collapsing." You see, the irony is so thick you could slice it with a butter knife. Let's break it all down, piece by piece.
If a man's stingy with his money, he's going to be stingy with everything else. That means he's going to be stingy with his time. He's going to be stingy with his love. He's going to be stingy with everything. You understand that money is easy to come and go. Okay? Do not fall into the trap of thinking that money is not easy to come and go. You can work, you can do so many things, especially as a man. It is so easy for them to make money. If they're not making it, that is on them. The entire game is literally created for them by them, making us or pushing us out. Okay. And we're still fucking winning at it. So if this guy does not want to provide for you, wants you to invest your time, your energy, sleep with him, do all of these things for him, serve him like he's a fucking king when he's not a fucking king, he's a fucking loser. Okay. And you as a queen don't know your value and are serving him and are giving him everything without getting anything in exchange. No, no. That man is gonna literally make you hate life. Period. Coming to you from a woman.
If you're stingy, you won't even be 1 meter around me. Bruh, since when did dating become a subscription plan? According to Miss Abundance Queen 2025 trademark, if you're not throwing money like you're Jeff Bezos' understudy, then you're stingy and selfish and emotionally unavailable and probably responsible for global warming. Let's decode this mindset. She doesn't want a man who's careful with money. She wants a man who doesn't care how he spends it as long as it's on her. It's not about abundance, sweetheart. It's about entitlement. They're not mad at stingy men. They're mad at men who are selective with their resources. Because if you're not sponsoring the lifestyle, then you're a red flag. Forget love languages. These girls speak credit limit.
Terrible experience dating a man with hundreds of thousands of followers on TikTok that calls himself a dating coach. Yes, this is the man I've been referencing in several of my videos. This was my worst dating experience, but my biggest lesson. And this is the first time I experienced love bombing. It was a very intense form of emotional love bombing for me. He moved things super quickly from day one. He was able to get me to trust him very quickly, which is my fault. Like, I was naive. I should not have trusted him. He was able to get me to a very emotionally vulnerable, intimate place with him very quickly, just for him to literally flip like a switch. Like, he played me. Because I never experienced love bombing or anything like this type of behavior, I did not pick up on any of the red flags until much later. I've never been so hurt by someone in such a short period of time of knowing them. Like, the entire relationship was like 5 weeks. Part of the reason I trusted him is because of his platform. I just assumed he was mature. He's also 9 years older than me. I assumed he was emotionally intelligent. I assumed at the bare minimum he wouldn't play games with me, because his whole platform is about dating with intention, clear communication, like not playing games with people. He proved me wrong though. Anyway, Nico the Daddy Academy has a new talk show coming out on YouTube, and I am a guest on the second episode, I believe it is. I told Nico this story in a lot more detail, so I'll post a link to it when it comes out. But yeah, this man should not have a dating platform with a female audience and so much access to women that trust him through his platform. Like, that's how he got me. Low-key kind of scared of this guy, because what are you doing? Women should know about him.
Enter the dating coach, TikTok famous, hundreds of thousands of followers, 9 years older, talks about clear communication, dating with intention, all that healed masculine nonsense. And what does he do? Love bombs her into oblivion, ghosts her after 5 weeks, and now she's on a podcast crying about it. Let's break this down. She met a dating coach online, trusted him because of his following, got emotionally naked in under 7 business days, and is shocked that a man with online clout knows how to manipulate. Ladies, if you trust a guy just because his bio says emotional maturity coach, that's on you. You weren't in love. You were in a PowerPoint presentation disguised as a relationship. Cheap men are cheap with their time, too. This queen claims broke men only text her when they're bored. No effort, no planning, no ambition, just Netflix and nap energy. And while she's not wrong, there's a hilarious twist. She's saying she's too ambitious to reply to guys who don't plan. But sis, you're still answering the texts. You're still making entire videos about these men. So are you really booked and busy, or just bored enough to perform feminism on TikTok?
This is a dating lesson that I had to learn the hard way. Cheap men are not only cheap with their money, but they're also cheap with their time. Meaning they do not want to lift a single finger or put any effort into seeing you or planning anything for you. Honestly, they're just lonely people. So they're just looking for a text back, a snap back, or a call back because they're bored. Like, no one else wants to talk or see them. So they're honestly only reaching out to you to fill some void in their life, which is usually boredom. But you're not a bored woman. You're ambitious and you have things going on in your life. So block and delete him. I don't know. I wish I got this advice earlier in my life. Would have saved me a lot of headaches and would have saved me a lot of time too. Anyways, stay crazy, my friends.
Stitch this video and tell me the craziest thing that a man ever did to you. I'll go first. I want to start this trend because I feel like so often women are told to shut up, not share their stories, and people ignore them. So share your stories. I want to hear them. So when I was 18, I was dating a narcissist and his friend was house sitting and he invited us all over to drink. My boyfriend brought a bottle of elderflower liqueur, the most fucking Vermont thing I've ever heard. I drank 3/4 of that bottle and a few beers. So I had alcohol poisoning, and there are 3 things that I remember after I did the drinking. 1, I told him to call EMS. He did not call EMS. 2, I tried to call 911. And he took my phone away from me and hid it. Final thing I remember from that night is he put me in bed. I felt my heart slowing down, and I genuinely believed I was going to die. I thought I was not going to wake up. He told me the next morning it would have been embarrassing for him if an ambulance came and his friend would have gotten in trouble. So that was worth risking my life for. Some important context for this too is that I had alcohol poisoning 3 times before that. I'm 4 years sober. I was an alcoholic. Not one of those times did I ask for EMS to be called. Actually, I got very upset when people did. Actually, one of those times, he was the person who called EMS. That was before we were dating though, so I guess I couldn't embarrass him then. So yeah, he left me for dead. I'm a lesbian now, and I hope his dick falls off.
So my ex called me for the first time in months. The last time we spoke was back in February. But I was out in Arizona Memorial Weekend with this man. I was thriving. I was living my best life. And Sunday night, I get a call from him. And it's like, he always calls every time I'm on vacation. Anytime that I'm out of state, thriving and living my best life is when he decides to call. It's almost like he can feel that I'm having fun and thriving and enjoying my life. However, because I was with a different man, I didn't answer, obviously. Did I reply or did I text him? You texted him. I'm sorry, I have a missed call. But ladies, they always come back. They always come back, and it's not always for good. Doesn't mean that they have good intentions.
Here's the requested story time about how my CEO boyfriend James cheated on me multiple times with his employees and what we're doing to set him straight. So my boyfriend and I have been dating just over 6 years, and I thought it was a really healthy, happy relationship until a few days ago. My boyfriend owns his own company, a jewelry company called Aaaaaiiin. My best friend actually works in their office, and she sent me some tea the other day. She had told me that she found out that while my boyfriend was claiming to be working late nights the past few months, he was actually cheating on me with multiple different girls in his office who worked for him. As you can imagine, I was pissed and immediately got my stuff from his place and left. But he needs to know how badly he messed up. Him and his IT team have used different discount codes to test out things on the website to fix bugs. Codes that, of course, I have. I'm gonna leak them to get back at him for what he did to me. The first code I'm leaking is literally 100% off your first order. Use code TEST100 at checkout and your entire cart will literally be free. Keep this low key, y'all. I don't want him to sue me. Go off on this, girlies. He deserves all of this. I love you all.
I cannot talk to younger guys. I just can't do it. The other day I was at the bar and this guy walks up to me and he's like, "Oh my God, like you're so gorgeous. Like, what's your name?" And I was like, "Oh, thanks." He just looked young. Okay. He looked like he smelled like an SAT, like he was hot off a Scantron. Like he looked young. I was like, "I'm just wondering, like, how old are you?" And he's like, "Why?" And I was like, "Oh, nothing, just like curious." And he's like, I'm 21. Like, why? And I'm like, "Oh, nothing." And so we continued this conversation. I was a little more reserved just because I was like, I'm just like automatically not interested. Like he really just looked like he just toured a campus. Like I was just like, I'm not a part of this. And then he was like, "Why are you like holding back? Like I feel like you're like being reserved and like you're holding back information from me." And I was like, yeah, I don't want to be the one to break it to you that like in a couple of years you're going to be thrown off the family plan. I don't want to be the one to tell you that Medicare sucks. I don't want to be the one to tell you that love isn't real and like you do the best you can and like the 20s is really depressing. Like there was just so much crushing weight on me of reality. And he's like, "I feel like you're really holding back." And I'm like, yeah, because rent is expensive. All right. Living alone is hard. Okay. Landlords suck. I have roaches in my bed. Like, you don't get it. Like he's just a kid, you know? So I was like, I think I should find your babysitter and we can talk later.
Ah, yes, the psychic ex. He only calls when she's on vacation, thriving, sipping cocktails with a new man. Coincidence? She thinks not. Here's the truth. It's not that he feels she's happy. It's that she posts it. Stories, reels, bikini boomerangs. He didn't smell her joy. He saw her at and got nostalgic. And guess what? She still texted back. Even if just to say, "Sorry, missed call." Girl, if he's a ghost from the past, why are you still using a Ouija board to contact him? 958-549-4747-484. Now this is cinema. 6-year relationship. CEO boyfriend. Jewelry company. She finds out he's been working late, but not on spreadsheets, on his employees. She's furious, rightfully so. So what does she do? Steal the discount codes used for back-end testing and leak them online. She weaponized his own IT team against him. Honestly, diabolical, petty, unethical, 10 out of 10 execution. But let's not forget, this revenge plot screams, "I still care more than I admit." You don't leak codes for a man you're over. You leak codes for a man you still want to hurt. 5957494744. This one's gold. She meets a 21-year-old guy at a bar, calls him cute, but says he smells like Sats and hot off a Scantron. She's not wrong, but the way she talks is like she's 53 years old with a mortgage and joint pain. Like, girl, you're 27, not collecting Social Security. She goes off. "I can't date him because I don't want to be the one to tell him Medicare sucks. I have roaches in my bed and rent is expensive." Wait. How did we get from flirtation to public health crisis? Maybe he dodged a bullet. Because if this much existential dread leaks out in 5 minutes, imagine the first date. So what do we learn today? Men, if you're not rich, ready, and emotionally pre-therapized, you're trash. If you do too much, you're love bombing. If you do too little, you're broke and boring. If you disappear, you're evil. If you return, you're manipulative. Ladies, if you genuinely want love, stop treating it like a transaction and stop making "he hurt me" a personality trait. You don't need a podcast episode, you need healing. And to all the queens out there leaking discount codes and roasting guys with college IDs, we salute you, because without y'all, we wouldn't have content this spicy. Welcome to Traditional Woman, where we don't do soft lies, just hard truths. Cheers.